Welcome to the Black Daily Digest, your destination for Black news, social commentary, and information. And to help you navigate through it all, BDD is hosted by Adrian Massey, Brianne Wright, Maisha Gilmore, Tandria Dixon, and Esther Anderson. Don't forget to like, follow, share, and subscribe on all of our social media platforms at MyBDD News. Sadly, on January 28th, 2021, iconic award-winning actress Cicely Tyson passed away at the age of 96. Cicely Tyson was an American actress and fashion model. In a career spanning more than 7 decades, she became known for her portrayal of strong African American women. Tyson received 3 Primetime Emmy Awards, 4 Black Reel Awards, 1 Screen Actors Guild Award, 1 Tony Award, an Honorary Academy Award, and a Peabody Award. Having appeared in minor film and television roles early in her career, Tyson garnished widespread attention and critical acclaim for her performance as Rebecca Morgan in 1972's film Sounder. She was nominated for both the Academy Award for Best Actress and Golden Globe Award for Best Actress in a Motion Picture Drama for her work in the film. Tyson's portrayal of the title role in the 1972 television film, the autobiography of Miss Jane Pittman, based on the book by Ernest J. Gaines, won her further praise. Among other accolades, the role won her 2 Emmy Awards and a nomination for a BAFTA Award for Best Actress in a Leading Role. Tyson continued to act in film and on television in the 21st century. In 2011, she played the role of Constantine Jefferson in the award-winning film The Help. She also played the reoccurring role of Ophelia Harkness in the legal drama TV series How to Get Away with Murder since its inception in 2014, for which she was nominated for a Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Actress in a Drama Series 5 times. In addition to her screen career, Tyson appeared in various theater productions. She received a Vernon Rice Award in 1962 for her off-Broadway performance in Moon on a Rainbow Shawl. Tyson also starred as Carrie Watts in the Broadway play The Trip to Bountiful, winning the Tony Award, the Outer Critics Award, and the Drama Desk Award for Best Actress in a Play in 2013. Tyson was named a Kennedy Center honoree in 2015. In November 2016, Tyson received the Presidential Medal of Freedom, which is the highest civilian honor in the United States. In the words of President Barack Obama, Cicely Tyson's long and extraordinary career has not only succeeded as an actor, but she has shaped the course of history. In 2020, she was inducted into the Television Hall of Fame. Cicely Tyson's final act was on January 26, 2021 by publishing her autobiography and memoir entitled Just As I Am. In Tyson's words, "Just as I am is my truth. It is me, plain and unvarnished, with the glitter and garland set aside. In these pages, I am indeed Cicely, the actress who has been blessed to grace the stage and screen for 6 decades. Yet I am also the church girl who once rarely spoke a word. I am the teenager who sought solace in the verses of the old hymn for which this book is named. I am a daughter and a mother, a sister and a friend. I am an observer of human nature and the dreamer of audacious dreams. I am a woman who has hurt as immeasurably as I have loved. A child of God, divinely guided by his hands. And here in my 9th decade, I am a woman who at long last has something meaningful to say." You have a favorite or a specific scene of hers
that resonated with you?
My favorite was from the Diary of the Mad Black Woman. Like watching that movie in high school, the "Take Your Place" speech she gives to the face when they were in the family reunion. She's telling the young black men to take their place. They don't have to be drug dealers. They don't have to sag their pants, and they can be all. They can be doctors and lawyers and all these things. And then when she was telling the young women to take your place, I was 16 when that movie came out, and it moved me. But I love it because it's like at 16, she was in her 70s when she made that movie, and she's just so inspiring in every movie. She didn't have a major part in that movie, but that one speech just gave me so much hope. And it's like I make my kids watch Diary of a Mad Black Woman, not the whole movie, but just for that one part because that was just so awe-inspiring for me to just show children that you can be so much more than a rapper or a basketball player. Not that those professions are bad, but just that you can be whatever you want to be. You can be president now. We have Barack.
I also have another movie that I like that she did was, I don't know if anybody ever got to see this movie, the autobiography of Miss Jane Pittman. I actually did watch it. It was made in the 1970s, but I did see it later. And it's about this journalist who's like very persistent, and he tries to get the autobiography of an ex-slave woman who's like 110 years old. And she goes through her story of her life, and it is very profound. And it reminds me of something that I saw Cicely Tyson say in her own interview was most Black people see ourselves in movies and we are played as slaves or we are played as certain stereotypes. But she always said that she didn't mind playing something that we probably would see as, you know, a downtrodden Black person, as long as that downtrodden Black person had integrity about themselves. And I that kind of resonated with me with Miss Jane Pittman's character. Although she was an ex-slave, by the end of the movie, you see her walking up to this white only water fountain and being one of the first in town to drink out of that white only fountain. So even though she was downtrodden, she still was iconic and heroic and courageous. And even at that age. And something else I'm going to say about Cicely Tyson is she played a 110-year-old woman. Okay. But she died when she was at 96, and her Black did not crack. She was just still stunning. As for her age, I've seen some people age horribly, but she aged so gracefully. So big shout out to her for that. Like, she lived up to one good stereotype that we have.
They interviewed her and asked her what she attributes to aging so well. And she's vegetarian. She's been vegetarian for many, many, many years. So I'm just going to go ahead and shout that out. But additionally, my absolute favorite all-time role was in the episode of How to Get Away with Murder about Uncle Clyde. So has everybody seen that episode? I just feel like it just changed the narrative for me. So many times you see women that hold on to this trauma from being sexually abused when they're younger and not being able to tell their family, or their family not believing them. So when I saw this episode and, you know, she played Annalise Keating's mother, and, you know, she was carrying around that trauma, she finally brought it up to her mom, was just like, you know, why didn't you do anything about this? And her mom was like, remember when that house just burned down? I lit that match with your uncle in it. And so I don't know, like that changed my life. I've never forgotten that episode since. Like I went back and watched it today and it was just as powerful. And she had that like quiet force. Like she didn't have to be all dramatic with it. She wasn't extra with it. She was just like, I took care of that. Like, and I think that just changed her relationship with her daughter moving forward in the series. And I just thought that was just like a really powerful dynamic.
Since she was such a force in the Hollywood space for women of color, how important do you think it is for women of color to be represented in those spaces?
For me personally, and like from where I'm from, sometimes it's hard to be what you can't see, right? If you have that example, right, that's just like that starts that hope. It starts that faith that you can become something like that. So I feel like it's definitely important. And so when you think about media, just in general, really like what you see, what you hear, like that sticks here, right? It's a mental thing as well. So when you have someone of that caliber, stepping up to the plate, especially during those times when she first started, that's almost like a paradigm shift. And I feel like it definitely makes a difference. So, but not just with that though. Like when I think about her, um, there was something where she said that she when she first started working, she had like a desk job, right? She was on a typewriter or whatever, right? And so she just felt like, man, I know that there's God put more in me. There's more that I can give the world. And so just for the simple fact of her just like putting it all on the line, being a trailblazer, putting that aside and just like going for it, that makes a difference. Because I think there's a lot of, even myself, right? Like, yeah, I could settle for doing this, but if I know that I have something greater on the inside of me, something that, I could make a larger impact. And not just that, I could reach back and then bring others along with me, or, what I'm saying, do what I do and that be on display for, be a role model. I think that makes a big difference. So that's what I got from that.
I definitely feel like it's very important just to be able to see yourself represented on screen and on set like that. Just like to Tan's point, where you have kids who come from nothing, who come from poverty, who may be single mom or raised in single mom households. All you've seen all your life is your mother working multiple jobs or being mistreated, just held down by society is just what you see. So just seeing us on TV in those leading and powerful roles really inspires you. So I really commend her, and I've always looked up to her. Every role she's played in has been very powerful.
I think it is extremely important to see someone that looks like you on these roles, because oftentimes we've had situations in Hollywood where they would tell stories of a particular culture and not have that particular culture depicted in the movies. And for some reason, it wouldn't seem as authentic as it should have seemed if they had cast it in the right way. And I think with Cicely Tyson, if we were going to have a role model, or if we were going to have somebody that have to play certain parts, it wouldn't have felt right being anyone else other than Cicely Tyson. Like I watched Roots, and I couldn't see, after watching Roots, I cannot imagine anybody else being Kuta Kinte's mom other than Cicely Tyson. So her presence is important, and not just that, but being a trailblazer, specifically not just for the Black race, but specifically for women as well. And her presence wasn't. I never saw her play a part where she was overly hyperly sexualized or anything of that. She really truly blazed the trail based off of her acting talent as a woman. And I feel like her being a trailblazer for black women specifically, she opened up several doors that were previously closed to us. So, and when she opened up that door, she brought so many people along with her. She mentored so many people. So she took her platform and what was her gift to say something, but not only just say something on the stage, but off the stage by creating. I think she has her own school of art, so she's even helping and being a philanthropist and helping with so many different movements and helping to rear the next generation to step into that role, and specifically kids of color. And just her being there allows us to believe that we can be there too. So when one goes in, a herd can follow.
It's not just Black women that looked up to her, that she opened up, opportunities for, but specifically, and Viola Davis made this tribute to her, it's for brown-skinned Black girls. And, because historically, there weren't as many opportunities. I don't want to change this into a colorism argument, but I just think that's really important. She is a dark-skinned Black woman who is amazing and played amazing roles. And I think that was also just something that should be acknowledged as well.
I think we also have to really appreciate how graceful she was, which everybody pretty much has commented on, but I really have to comment on her grace being a very loud, boisterous, opinionated woman. She's shown how you can still be very opinionated, have a voice, and do so with class and grace and not be looked at as the typical loud Black woman. So I really respect and appreciate being that example for me.
Thank you for checking out the Black Daily Digest. Don't forget to like, follow, share, and subscribe on all of our social media platforms at MyBBD News.